Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 248. Go all the damn way. Well, hello. How are you? I'm good. Have you ever heard of the Netflix series called Suits? It's amazing. There's like 10 episodes or 10 seasons. It's about white collar law in New York City, and it's so damn good. And literally, like any big line that any of the characters use, they incorporate goddamn. Like any sentence they say goddamn. And I just love it so much. They're my people for sure, and they're not bad to look at. If you want like a long season to like kind of binge or just have on your back pocket, Suits is really, really good. So anyway, I love the title of this podcast episode, not just go all the way, but go all the damn way. Okay. So this past weekend, I was at a conference called Finish Strong, and it was a business conference, or at least I wanted it to be a business conference for me to really sort of like get focused on my goals for the rest of the year and finish strong. So I went to this workshop. It was in Savannah, Georgia, and it was really, really fun. It was hosted by my coach, Susan Hyatt, and I stayed with my colleague, Jill, in an Airbnb in downtown Savannah, and I went in a day early, and it was absolutely lovely. I went to the beach, Tybee Island. I went swimming in the ocean. I saw the sunrise. I did all my favorite things. Susan and I actually got up at 5 a.m. and walked together in the dark. And she actually grew up there. So she gave me sort of like this sunrise tour of downtown Savannah a couple of times, which was super fun. So, I like to plan to do all of my favorite things when I travel. And I was happy that I got to do them all when I went to Savannah. So it was really, really good. And one thing I noticed though is that, I stay in Airbnbs all the time. I prefer Airbnbs because I like to stock my fridge with my foods and have coffee my way. And, I'm kind of particular. So I like Airbnbs, just to have space and a kitchen to spread out. And they're kind of fun. Like you just get to stay in unique, different locations and different styles of Airbnb. So we got an Airbnb and, it wasn't cheap to stay down there for 5 nights. And it was really cute online, and it was cute in person too. But upon further use of the Airbnb, there are just some things that it was missing. So it had nice, high-end shampoo, like mini shampoo and conditioner, but it didn't have body lotion. Okay. And it's like, and I just kept thinking, like, if you're going to pay, make people pay this much and you're going to have the high end things, like go all the way and like, put the lotion in there. And then they had a kitchen that was stocked with pots and pans and things, but they had no saran wrap or tinfoil or any like Tupperware or containers to put leftovers in. So I was like, if you're going to have a full kitchen with all the things, go all the way and put those little things, or like a little storage kit of, like a couple days worth of supplies. Or you could, just let the guests know, if you need these things, just let us know and we'll get them for you, But they didn't have that. And there was a couple other little things in there. There was just like, you're trying to be like a luxury Airbnb, but you're not hitting the mark. And so it just sort of like had this thread in my mind that was like, just go all the way with it, like just go do it and see, like it would just be that much better for your guest. And you never know, like you could raise your prices or something. Anyway, so I go to this workshop and it was amazing. And I got coaching on investing into my business. And I'm not somebody that typically shies away from investing into my business, but this year, I completely changed things up. I used to offer a 6-month small group coaching program that was on the higher price end, and I shut that down, and I started a lower cost monthly membership, and I started my subscription box. So it's like I'm completely starting over in a brand new business model. And I've been wanting to feel that out and just kind of see what it's like, organic marketing and things like that. So I haven't wanted to invest in Facebook ads or any other marketing ads or anything like that until I got a good baseline going, and that's a strategic decision that, being in business for a while now, I decided to make. But I noticed that, as I was approaching this end of the year and, this last quarter of the year, I was like kind of getting nervous about investing the way that I used to in my business. So I got coaching, and I noticed it was some fear that I had around investing in some marketing and things for my business. And, I told her, my coach, Susan, that I'd been holding myself back and recently just kind of dabbling into some things just to see if it works. And I'm using quotes just to see if it works, right? So I was aware of this and asked to get coaching because I knew I can do more, right? And I was just curious as to what is holding me back. And, everybody needs coaching sometimes, because the coach asks you questions that get you into your sort of unconscious mind, and sort of it's revealed on what the issue is that might be holding you back. Sometimes better than you can do yourself with self-coaching or journaling. So, of course, my coach showed me my real fear, and that was, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle it if my business gets too big, and that I won't be able to protect my energy or give my family the time it needs right now, and I'll end up burning myself out. So that was the actual fear that was in there. It wasn't so much about spending money. It was just, it's been hard at times in business, and, having employees, investing big, and, it's a lot of work. So, when I shut the big program down, and I took my cross-country road trip this summer with the family, I really adjusted how much time I'm working on in my business. And I've really been enjoying the spaciousness and more flexibility that I've had in my business. So the fear was actually that it would become so busy again that I would get burnt out and not have as much time as I like to with my family and whatnot. Okay. So, of course, the coaching helped me see this, and I remembered that I know how to take care of myself, and I can always ask for help if it does get that way. Sometimes when we have these fears and we don't verbalize them or get support around them, we kind of just stay stuck in the fears that we have. But through the coaching, she, reminded me that I actually take really good care of myself, and I have very good established self-care patterns, and I know how to have great boundaries, and, I have a lot of great things in place. So if I rub up against that in the future, I know how to readjust and get some help. And then, basically, she coached me on, knowing that about myself, seeing that about myself again. And then, I was more open to investing in a way that I know works really well for my business. And so it was really great coaching. And so, while you're getting coached, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever felt this way, if you've gotten coached by me or somebody else, but sometimes when you're getting coached, it's kind of like an out-of-body experience, and you don't really know what the lesson is until a little bit later, right? It doesn't really land or resonate sometimes until you step away and reflect back on the conversation that you had. But after she coached me, and that's kind of the space I was in, I'm like, yeah, I've got this, And then after, I went back to my seat, and then another speaker came on virtually who I know, and he basically said, you don't know when your time here will end. And if you have an opportunity to do something now, you should do it. Don't let your doubts and fears hold you back. And then he went on to share a story of someone who kept saying she would work with him the next time, quotes, and the next time. And every time she would say the next time that, she'll write him. And like she said, it'll definitely be the next time. Well, as these things go, when people say that, and you might have guessed, she never did, right? She never ended up signing up with him. And then she sent him a message about a year later or so And she said, you know what, now I have cancer and I can't travel and I don't know if there will be a next time. And I should have done that when I knew I could. And I was like, ooh, that really touched me because I don't know what my future looks like either. I've got 3 little kids and we've, got aging parents and, like things are, not certain, right? And we know that, like, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know when our time here will end either. And it kind of hit me that, what I'm doing right now for people is helping them stop over drinking. And the truth is, I don't know what next year looks like. I don't know what the following year looks like, but I do know that I'm capable and able and wanting to help as many as people right now that I possibly can. So I do know that I'm here for a reason. And, I'm not doing myself I'm doing myself a disservice and to the people that need my help the most by just kind of like dibble dabbling and trying little things here and there to reach more people. And I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm not saying I've done that for a long time, but for the past few months, I do feel like I've been doing that. Not that you would notice or anything. But at that moment, the message came in again, go all the way. And I was like, oh, I needed that message. I need to take the advice I want to share with the Airbnb host and use it on my business and to inspire you, my dear listener, to go all the damn way already. Okay. Do the freaking thing that you know you want to do, but have been convincing yourself that you don't need to, or it's too much money, or you don't know if it'll work, or whatever other bullshit you might be telling yourself for years. Go all the way. Okay. If you can right now, there's no reason to stop yourself. Okay. So I'm going all the way and I'm helping and helping as many people stop over drinking and start living as I possibly can. I get 25,000 to 30,000 downloads on this podcast a month. That's a lot of people. And I want to help more. I'd love to double that number. I feel like I'm just getting started. Okay. So you can do me a favor by helping my cause, by sharing this podcast with your family and friends. A good way to share my work so that you don't have to reveal that you might be somebody who overdrinks, which I think we all need to just be brave and do that because there's no shame associated with people who overdrink. A lot of people overdrink, and I've said this in other podcasts before. If you overdrink, the people around you probably know already. So a good way to share this, but without saying that you have been listening to this podcast, is my friend Angela has an amazing podcast. It's called Stop Over Drinking and Start Living. And if anybody out there, suffers with drinking too much, she can help you and then link up my podcast. That would be an easy way just to be like, I have this friend Angela and she's amazing and she helps lots of people stop over drinking. You should check out her podcast or share it if you know somebody that could use her help. Okay. So I'm asking you to do that. But for you and how you might want to go all the way. Okay, so I've got some ideas for you to specifically look at your relationship with alcohol. Going all the way. So say you've been able to cut back during the work week, right? Maybe you've done wine-free work week multiple times and you've got that pretty much down. But on the weekends and in social events and while you're traveling, like you're still over drinking. And you kind of like are just like dipping your toe in figuring that out. And you just haven't really put a lot of effort or energy because you feel like it's hard and complicated and all that. So a suggestion would be for you is to stop planning drinks to work around your social events. Go all the way and decide to go sober for the next 5 social events that you attend and see how awesome that could be for you. That little shift could change so much for you. Just give yourself an opportunity to not drink during social events. So if you're in a live AF, I can help you make these decisions. Or if you work with me privately, we can too. But if you don't, you should join my programs anyway. So you would make your drink plan for the week and you would just decide which days you wanted to drink without fixing them around your social calendar or manipulating your drink plan to only cover days that you're going out or you're going to be social or you're traveling. Okay. So you say you want to have two days of the week that you're planning a couple glasses of wine. So maybe that looks like on Thursday night, I'll have 2 glasses, and on Sunday, I'll have 2 glasses. Okay. Then Thursday comes. If you don't have any social plans, you honor your drink plan. But if as the week goes on and you get invited to something on Friday, right? You're not going to switch and flippy flop and dibble dabble and put your drinks on Friday instead of Thursday. Okay. We're not doing that. So that's what I'm talking about. So stop going all the way, would stop planning drinks to work around your social events, and to challenge yourself on that and to get good at going to social events or dinners out, commit to going to the next 5 events without alcohol. And just be open to how amazing that could be for you. That would be like, go all the way with it, okay? The other example could be, listening to that voice that's deep down inside you around your relationship with alcohol. What is it saying? Is it like, hey, you should probably give this up, right? Is it like, hey, this isn't working for you? Go all the way and decide to leave it in your past and start focusing on you and the relationship with yourself instead of deepening your relationship with alcohol. Another suggestion is stop just doing the work half the time. Okay, so if you are in my programs and you have access to all of the videos and resources and worksheets and coaching calls and the replays and the challenges, all of that, stop just doing it half-ass, right? And go all the way and do all the work and all of the assignments that you need to do to get there. Okay. Like, go for an A+. I talk about doing B-. Yeah, that's fine. If you want, if you've been great at making progress, consistently doing B- work, or like 80% of the work. But what would happen if you just went a little bit further and you went all the way and you're like, I'm going to get an A this week. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to go all the way in, because why not, right? I'm here anyway. Time is going to pass anyway. I want to solve this problem. So I wonder what would happen if I went all the way in and did this work, no matter how uncomfortable I could be. Okay. Another suggestion is stop telling yourself that you can't imagine traveling and go on a trip sober and have fun, but you wish you could be somebody who does that. First of all, just stop telling yourself that. And go all the damn way and sign up for my Coaching in Cancun trip, which hopefully by the time you listen to this podcast, it's still open for registration. It closes this Friday. So this Friday, the 13th, it is being shut down because I need to get to the hotel and let them know how many people we are coming. We have 2 spots left, and there's a few people out there that are on the fence about it. It will probably sell out. So if you've been, spinning around about that, go all the way. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you have fun on that trip in Cancun, and I'm going to help you get comfortable taking breaks of alcohol, and we're going to work on it so that you can show up to that trip feeling confident. And then I'm going to hold your hand the whole way through while we're there, and we can work on urges and talk about social situations and travel and all of that stuff. So that would be like a go all the damn way. Right? Type thing. It's like, if you really struggle with social events, traveling, holidays, with sticking to your plan when you're around other people, this small group coaching package plus the retreat is top notch, and you should do it. So I'd love to hear from you. Send me a note. You can message me. You can email me at hello@Mascenik right now. But I want to know how you're going to go all the way after listening to this podcast episode. And if you want my help, I really want to help you. Go all the damn way. Okay. So I just got this email this morning from an amazing client who has worked with me over the past year or so. And I'm just going to read you this email. Thank you, A, for sending this in to me. She said, I just want to say thank you again for changing my life. This weekend, I went to Napa with my fiance. And after having 2 glasses of wine, we went back to the hotel room early and went to bed. I woke up feeling absolutely wonderful the next morning. I couldn't help but think about how different it would have been even a year ago. I would have had way too much to drink, probably told my boyfriend off, woke up feeling very ashamed and very embarrassed, and probably would have had to call and make apologies to people for all the things I said but didn't remember the night before. But thanks thanks to you, I woke up feeling wonderful and, more importantly, so proud of myself for realizing how much I had grown and what a different person I was. Thank you so much, Angela. So that just brings me to tears, because that woman who I worked with on a very regular basis for a while did it. She went all the damn way. All the damn way. She got coaching on all the things. She put herself out there. She explored her failures. She just went for it. And now she gets to enjoy going to Napa and not over drinking. Can you imagine? That's available to you if you go all the damn way. So not only can you come with me to the coaching and to Cancun and get that small group coaching package that includes private coaching sessions with me, you can go all the way by joining my Alive AF coaching membership, which is my monthly membership. We're linking all of these links up in the show notes, by the way. If you've never worked with me before and you want to give me a test run, I'm very excited to announce that we are bringing back Wine-Free Workweek Challenge. Yay! It starts on October 23rd. It is free. It's a 4-day challenge where you basically take a pledge to go alcohol-free for the work week. And I will show up every day during that challenge and coach you on all of the obstacles. First of all, we're going to have a lot of fun. There's a fun playlist. There's prizes every day for people who show up and go all the way with the challenge. And I'm going to coach you on all the things: social situations, family obstacles, work stress, all of it. And it's a good way to get a little dose of what it's like to work with me. So the link to join that is in the show notes as well. Or you can go to angelamascenik.com/WFWW. Okay. So I'm excited to finish this year strong and go all the way and reach all of the people who need me. And so I appreciate you sharing this podcast, for reviewing the podcast on iTunes, sharing it privately with your friends and family if you don't want to share it publicly. But remember, the good way to do it is my friend Angela is an amazing coach. She helps women stop over drinking. And if you or know anybody that might need her help, you should check out her podcast. That's all you got to say, and I appreciate it. All right, my friends, go all the damn way, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. I want you to check out angelamascenik.com/AliveAF. You know what it's like to have a desire to cut back on your drinking, right? You start to read books, listen to podcasts, try things, but you might not be able to yet put all the pieces and suggestions together in a way that actually makes sense and works for you. You might struggle with beating yourself up after an overdrink. You might get frustrated with yourself when you take 2 steps forward and then another 2 steps back, and get overwhelmed with what's right and wrong about your relationship with alcohol. Your friends tell you that you should be able to have just 1 drink, and it isn't a big deal. You might be white-knuckling through urges and resisting instead of peacefully processing them. And you might struggle with your identity as someone who has enjoyed having a lot of wine or alcohol in your life. It's around you all the time. It's what you do and who you are. Well, after 5 years of successfully coaching hundreds of women through these struggles, I have created the Alive AF membership, where women like you can learn the basics on what it takes to cut back and reach your goals with alcohol, whether it is to just drink less or totally quit. And when you join, you will get the exact framework I used to change my own relationship with alcohol and still use today, that has led me to be alcohol-free for over 5 years. You're going to get access to my resources, videos, and worksheets that have been proven to change and reduce how much you drink. Every day you can ask questions, share your obstacles, and get coaching and direct support on the challenges you will face with love and no judgment. Also, you will get immediate access to workshops like uncovering your alcohol identity and changing it, how to say no to things that don't support your new identity or life or goals, aka boundaries. A workshop called Creating Emotional Agency, and another one, How to Manage Your Mind to Succeed at Your Goals, and more. Every month we have a brand new workshop. These workshops are filled with step-by-step prompts and instruction to help you create the exact relationship with alcohol that is best for you. My mission and vision for Alive AF is to be a hub of support and resources for women to come and learn how to do what is best for them and becoming more alive in the process. When you join, you're going to learn how to take care of yourself better, how to feel good and become more alive and go after the life that you really want. I want this membership to be affordable and an easy solution where you can get all the help you need in one simple place whenever you need it. So no need to go read another book, find a new podcast, attend a free webinar, or go down the path of piecemealing it all together. Join Alive AF and have it all there in one place for you anytime you need it. So go to angelamascenik.com/AliveAF and enrollment is open right now. See you inside.